was introduced to Formula One by my dad back in the days when Ayrton Senna and Nigel Mansell were racing. As I grew up, it was always there on my peripherals, but it's only more recently again that I've been hooked to my TV over the weekend, shouting about how much of a better job that I can do than the Ferrari strategists. "Oh, you can you?" said F1 Manager 2022, taunting me with its stunningly brilliant and detailed mechanics. Well, here's your chance. F1 Manager 2022 is one of the most compelling games that I've played so far this year. As you load into the game, you are greeted with the same opening titles that we're so familiar with from watching the Formula One at the weekend on the TV, and with all of the drivers incredibly well realised in game, with a few notable exceptions, it can become really easy to get swept up in all of the excitement. There are some accessibility options, and while they're not super extensive, they're a decent starting point in my opinion. You can choose to start your game with an overview and some hand-holding, which for those folks new to management games of this type, including myself, this is something I found incredibly helpful. Where the game shines is on its race weekends. Frontier have done a really good job with the race mechanics, and you do feel fully immersed, hearing the driver radio and watching the cars on the track. I do find personally that I spend most of my time in the overhead map mode, where I can fully see what is going on with all of the drivers on the track, which certainly feels like a bit of a waste as far as graphics are concerned, but it helps me a lot with establishing exactly what is going on, as it can get complicated at times. On a race day, there is so much to consider, and what Frontier have done to make this accessible to a broader F1 audience and not just the backseat strategist is no mean feat. And as someone who doesn't play traditional management sims, I'm very grateful. The user interface is laid out very clearly and is incredibly easy to understand. Where the game might fall slightly short is in the race itself. It's almost as if a lot of the edge of your seat excitement that we've come to love more recently in F1 has been slightly stripped back. I guess I'm trying to say that there's an awful lot less safety cars than we're used to, and as such, there's not really the opportunity to make the most of them and their ability to completely change a race. In my playthrough, for example, I'm yet to see a yellow flag get resolved in more than a minute, and I'm still yet to see a safety car deployed. Spins, lockups and cars running wide are really the only thing that keep happening and aren't exactly difficult to resolve. It's still a very compelling game. I've put a fair few hours into it now and I'm 100% putting in more. I feel like this is only the beginning for F1 Manager, and providing this partnership between Frontier and F1 is nurtured, I cannot wait to see where it goes in the future.